Hi guys, I'm Tatiana and here I share my excitement about cross stitch and other needlework crafts I do. Today, not a special video, but as you can see, I've just returned from Dutchmaynia. It's a cross stitch retreat that this year took part in Apeldoorn. I still don't know how to pronounce this Dutch New Zealand city, but it was a beautiful place and it was such a fantastic weekend. I don't know how I'm gonna fit any structured information in this video because I'm all over the place. I'm too excited. There were so much stories, new stitchers, new Flosstubers, new projects, just excitement, great chatting with stitches. It was fantastic weekend. Sorry already that I probably will be very messy today, but I will try to share maybe some useful information with you. Okay, so Dutchmaynia this year, 2023, happened in Netherlands. Was organized by twins from Twin Peak Primitives, and ladies, you are wonderful. If you watch this, please let us know where the dates for the next Dutchmaynia, because we still don't know. Yeah, and also Pam and Steph from Just Keep Stitching flew from America to help with organization with this project, with this retreat. And guys, I'm all over the place. My thoughts are just running one after another, and stay with me, please stay with me. Okay, so let's start with once we arrived, we've got our registration pages, and we got a goodies pack. So it included ruler. It was really helpful and useful during the retreat, you will see why. Then we've got this cute floss holder, of course, Deutsch windmills. Then we've got this, okay, here is the pattern, so I will not show you. We've got a Christmas freebie. Noel. Then we've got, oh my god, this book. Got the entire book, don't fall, with beautiful project. Can you see this project? Oh, this is a big one with sheep and with color palette is beautiful, and yeah, I don't know, I want to stitch everything, so I won't be telling that I'm gonna stitch it because who knows when. And we've got Easter book with all the cute patterns designed by Twin Primitives, who organized this event. And I can make a bunch of pillows with rabbits. So cute, so cute. Okay, that was, and I will continue with a very sad story. The biggest disappointment of Dutchmaynia, of me not receiving a round of applause as it deserves to. So the story is, when you go to cross stitch retreat and you finish something there, you got cheered by all your fellow friends and stitchers. So I was looking for this experience to have a finish on retreat and get my round of applause, and I didn't. You know why? Which is the silliest reason. So I took a project with me. It's a small project, Freebie from Hands-On Design. I started it, I don't remember when. I already showed you my progress on this. So it was very little left to finish this project, and I said, well, okay, I can finish it on retreat. And I was there, so full of excitement, anticipating this emotion of getting applause. And I didn't. You know why? Because I forgot to floss. And this should be training, as it called for, but I didn't have this color because I didn't have Chronic. I have similar color from Diamond. It's another metallic thread, and I had it for the other project, so I thought it's just a little bit here, those sparkles, you see, just those. And I think, why would I buy whole Chronic for this several stitches? So I forgot that was. And I was sitting there, almost finished, except for this line. So I came back home and I finished those few stitches. So now it's a finish. It's a cute one. I made it on Picture This Plus 32 count 2/2, mostly called for, except for the sparkle and except for these spells and charms. It should be just in black. But I used this floss. It's also DMC. It's soft compared to metallic thread, but it has this metallic shine in it. So I stitched it with that, and I really like how it sparkles, especially on sunny weather. It's very beautiful. That's my sad story of Dutchmaynia. Yeah, and Chronic, other Chronic I used cold form. This one, really like how it looks on this fabric. So it's a finish. Next month already we have Halloween, so I will probably try to make finish before end of October, and I have a little piece left also on this fabric, which I may do something else also on it. Because I really like the fabric. I bought it a sample from 1 to 3 stitch just to check if I like the coloring, if I like this fabric, and I do, and then I'm gonna stitch more on it. Okay, so no applause. Next one. Then I have like small tradition of starting a project each time I go to stitching retreat. So it was my end stitch on project that I started on previous retreat, if they're not finished. So what I did here in project bags that I made myself, I have my both stars from 2 retreats I went to. So the start I had this retreat. It's a dimension kit. It's a cat, of course. It's this dimension kit. It's very small one, and I have a start. I had a start. So my start looks like this. I don't know if you can see a cat. So I stitched not only moon, but a cat also. That's my start. And I try to start from the corner, but counting on a stitching retreat is absolutely impossible because you just keep charting, and then well, we go there to stitch and we don't stitch there. I took with me probably, I don't know, 12 projects, something like that. And I stitched, you will see, I stitched on a few of them, but the amount is very small. So of course for this dimension kit I use everything called for, everything that comes in kit, and yeah, pretty nice stitching, black on black. Oh, cute. And on my last retreat I started this one, also dimensions kit, also cat, you can see purple. And I stitched on this project as well to have some progress. Here, here's my progress on this one. This is very old dimension kit from 1996, and I found it in thrift shop in America when I lived there. When I was stitching this piece, Claire, wonderful stitcher from UK, from my table. Oh, we chatted a lot, we laughed a lot. Oh my god, guys, stitching retreat, I just can't express all my emotions because okay, so she had an idea, she had wonderful brilliant idea that when you each time I go to retreat, I would stitch a row and have a note about what retreat I stitch it on, like dates and maybe name of retreat, and then when I go to the next one I stitch another row and I sign also with the information of this retreat. And I found awesome this idea, really cool. Maybe I won't have enough patience to do it on this piece because, you know, it's a cat and stitching it by row, I don't know. But I think idea itself is wonderful, and what I can do, I need to think about it. Okay, for the just general idea, you know, I have so many ideas, so many inspiration from stitching retreat. So maybe to start the piece as a sampler type, where I would stitch some small, very small ornament and have name and dates for this retreat, and like on one piece of fabric as a sampler. I should think about it, like to have this as a book of diaries of your stitching retreats visits. Maybe. Very great idea, thank you, Claire. It's wonderful. Yeah, I've got so much inspiration. I want to start so many projects that okay, what next? I while going to retreat, like plane, train, all the stuff and going back, I stitched my vyshyvanka embroidery shirt, and I'm gonna show you how stitching in airplane looks like. So in airplane you are not allowed to take scissors. So what I did, you can see, that's the back of my stitching and all this hanging thread. So before going there with scissors, I cut less of floss that I need. I did it a lot of them, and then in airplane I was stitching in hand and without scissors. So I need to cut off all of this hanging thread. So here's progress of my second sleeve of my vyshyvanka. Yeah, small progress. I mostly stitch it on my way and not on retreat itself. On retreat itself, I stitched more on the top part of the sleeve, which is this one, and I have a decent project on progress on it. Progress. I always miss these words. So this is my first one that I showed you before, and that's the second one. I like how this stitches looks like. It would be so beautiful, so beautiful. Yeah, I wanted to finish this part also on stitching retreat, and I didn't. You just don't have enough time to stitch in stitching retreat. Yeah. Then another fun story. We laughed a lot. Oh my about laughing. You know the loudest table of entire stitching retreat? Guess who is the loudest? Of course, stitch cutters. They were, all of them were at a retreat, and I watched their Flosstubes, so it felt very strange meeting them in person. You know, you look at the person, you know this person so well because you watch her Flosstube, and your first feeling is like to reach, to hug, to say, oh, hello, how are you doing? But you realize that this person doesn't know you, and going and hugging somebody would be not a good idea if this person doesn't know you. So yeah, that was so fun. So I was trying to each time to contain myself, like, hello, nice to meet you. Yeah, so there we all had a great time, but they had also very loud time. And it was also very interesting to sit and stitch and hear voices of Flosstubers that you often watch, and you do the same at home. So I watch Flosstube, I stitch, I hear their voices. In here, I sit in the same room with them, and I hear their voices simultaneously from different parts. It was such an interesting experience. Yeah, loved it, loved it. So what's next? I'm gonna show you my haul at the end, but because I want to show you my progress on the project, I already showing you one little piece of haul I've got. So this is a thread, and here's the story. So no, I need first to talk about, yeah, okay. Sorry guys. So the story. As a part of retreat, we've got a shuttle to a nearby cross-stitch shop, which is not a regular shop which you can just go in. It's an online shop. Name is Soyedidei Atelier. Please find the link down below. I cannot pronounce that. And it's a wonderful shop. They're online. Simone Simone is the owner and designer in this online shop, but by appointment or for us as a part of retreat, you can visit the shop. It's paradise. I tell you what, guys, you can just shop. Don't take too much money with you because yeah, so I will show later my haul in this shop, but I will start with this thread. So each time we went there by groups because we were many of us, and the shop is very small, so just few people can fit in it. So we were going in turns. And when everybody would come back from their turn of buying, like, what you've got, and we're like, you know, sharing our haul from the shop. Oh, it was so exciting. And when my turn came and I came back with my haul, I will show you later. I was taking out forces and showing like what I bought, and I took out this one and said, oh, this I want to stitch a fox. And I was saying, yeah, a fox, I want to stitch this fox. I take out, this is from Blackbird's The Country Life. I didn't stitch it, but I pulled it out. I planned to stitch it and I didn't. I pulled it out saying, oh, I want to stitch this fox. And I'm looking at it and like, this fox is already stitched. So what fox? I plan to stitch with this fox. Why did I buy this fox? And in my list, I was kitting up several projects, and in my list it said name of the project and the forces I needed for it. But for this one, it said just the name of the force and fox. And I'm like, what fox am I going to stitch? And it became like, for the next 3 hours, it bothered me a lot because I was sitting there and thinking, what fox am I going to stitch? I don't remember any project with force, especially with variegated force. What? And we were sitting on lunch, and I was like mentally just looking at one spot and mentally going through all my shelves, trying to remember what project I have with fox, and I didn't. Oh my god, it was hilarious. So it was 3 hours of torture before I finally remembered what is the project. The project is Joyful. Sorry. Joyful Soul. It's a free soul that happened several years ago. I will link down below is a Facebook page where you can get all these charts. So here's a fox. And I'm using mixture of Cold 4, DMC, and variegated force, and also some of them I changed for what I have as stanch. For foxes, for this fox I didn't want to change. I wanted to use the original one because it's really great. Look at that. Look at that. I stitched that, well, the orange part was a fox, not the whole fox. Looks a little weird, but look how beautiful it is. I'm stitching it on a 28 count, 2/2. It's a band. It was sold like this. I bought it in Ukrainian shop when I visited Ukraine, I think last year. But I've seen this this band sold in other places. So that's a great start. So I got so excited that I finally found a project that is with Fox. I got very excited, so I just jumped out and started running around and telling my stories that I remember that day. Oh my god, I'm so silly. Yeah, and Steph from Just Keep Stitching, she then came up to me and saying, I've seen you showing some band. What is that? So maybe I will send pictures. They got really interested in my variant of stitching this, which was very like, thank you for acknowledging my work, thank you. And they wanted to know the size, because I want to fit their 12 months, of course, and there is a project for each month, and I'm gonna fit all of them here in a row, and then displayed it on a scroll frame. Scroll frame, so you have 1 month, and then you scroll up and you have next month. Yeah, so they were Steph was measuring the length of my band to see, to maybe also make this project like that. Yeah, so oh my god, guys, there were so many stories that I just, you know, there is story about silent room in Minnesota. Another stitching retreat. I'm not gonna retell you the story, but if you happen to hear about silent room in Minnesota, now we know it even in Italy about this. Yeah, okay, I probably should stop laughing and give a little bit more useful information. What next? Was it all on what I stitched? That was all my stitching on retreat, on a cross stitch retreat. Okay, let's move on to hold. Even before hold. So there were several tables with different goodies, and I have another story about Freebie table. Okay. First, what I picked up. I picked up 3 small kits to do a cute patterns. This one, this one. I think this one you can make postal card. This is a postal card. Very cute project. Everything comes in. I can feel that it's a postal card. It's more heavy than regular kits. And this cute one. For this one, I thought that maybe when my friends with kids visiting me, I may try to introduce them to cross stitching and have some small kits for them to stitch, to get new generation involved in stitching. My mission. And then I've got, oh my god, this three charts, and they're just fantastic. This one, the gentle rain. Oh, on all those animals. I promise not to say that I want to stitch this, but I want to stitch this. That's so cute. Little fountain, many animals. Oh, so cute. So cute. I'm gonna stitch that. Then seaside sunflower. Oh, look at that. All these fishes, all these flags, ornaments. I need to live forever to stitch all that I want. And look at this is the village, designed by Cassie Barrick. Beautiful project. With all these houses. I can try different variegated floors for different houses and make them more like each house unique. So beautiful. So much inspiration. Then it was this magazine, Cross Stitch magazine. There are many projects here, but one I was really interested in is this one of all these architectural elements. And I'm thinking if you make it on a blue fabric, and it may fit design of one of the room I'm doing. I first need to do room, then I need to stitch. So many plans. Yeah, so that also was from Freebie table, and then there is a story about Freebie table. So Cindy from Cindy Love and Stitch. We were that Flosstuber, and we sit at the same table, and she went to this shop before me, and she left her bag, and like big bag with cross stitch stuff, and I've seen books in there, and it's like, oh, books, you know, like I like books in general and cross stitch books especially, and I was waiting for her to come back to ask if I can flip through those books, and she came back. Of course, there was so much happening around. Then after some time, I wanted to ask her for these books, and they gone. There is no books. And I'm like, where are books? I wanted to ask you to flip through. And she was like, oh, I put them on Freebie table. Like, oh, that's amazing. And you know, guys, it's treasures. It treasures my collection. It's actually not that's what I've seen when I've seen this book in her bag, and I'm like, oh, that's a gorgeous one. And so this is an old journal, an old magazine in Dutch. I don't read Dutch, but I hope Google Translate will help me. And those are two issues from very many years ago, but I'm so happy to have them now, because you know, it's a heritage stitching channel, if you and all the stitching done by traditionally done in different cultures, I'm very interested in it. So here they have I think it's Bulgarian. So here they have pictures from traditional stitching in, for example, Bulgaria, and as far as I understood, different issues of this magazine would have overview of different countries in traditional stitching in different countries. So I was really happy to pick up this book for inspiration and to compare like traditional stitching of Bulgaria is not that far from Ukraine, and I've noticed many similarities in our stitching, which is very interesting, you know, to understand like how that all formed over time. And here here I can read Amish. I can read that. The rest I can't read. I think it's and they have pictures of people in traditional clothing. I will then try maybe to translate a little bit by Google Translate. So it includes the history of several samplers, and yeah, this one. I will try to cover this. Look at the sampler. Oh. And here there is a chart for those rabbits in the middle. Oh, it's so beautiful. So thank you, Claire, for bringing the. No, sorry. Thank you, Cindy, for bringing these magazines. That's so great. Thank you so much. She promised me to, she said she has more of them, and she promised me to walk through. Oh, guys, look at that. Like just going through that, looking for inspiration for, love it. And they have chart for this. Here's the chart for this song. Gorgeous. So she promised me to look through her stash, and because she has more of this magazine, and if she finds a magazine issue about Ukraine, that would be fantastic. I would love to read in Dutch about Ukrainian traditional stitching. That would be very interesting for me to see, like, other point of view perspective to my traditional stitching, because I don't know everything about it, and it's interesting what researchers who are collecting this information over about stitching in the world, what they have to say. That would be so interesting. I hope she would find this issue if it exists. So that was the freebie table, and I want to stitch all of it. Then we've got many goodies from people who are just going around with some goodies and just giving it, and like one of them was this one. You see what happened with on my back in luggage. So I'm sorry, I don't remember who brought this, but it's a lovely little what's it called? This thing, you can see it. It's very beautiful. We had different colors to pick from. Wow, thank you. Sorry, I don't remember your name. Who gave this? Then we've got this pin keep. Pin keep, no, charm. This one from Stuck in the Middle of X Stitch. She's on Instagram. Check her out. She has beautiful stitching. And thank you for this little present. It was very nice. Then we've got this sign. A day spent cross stitching is a good day. Yeah, I agree. I'm gonna put it on my laptop and have it with me. What else? Then somebody brought this needle floss threader. Beautiful charm also. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. You're so generous. Then there was a table where you can buy some other charts and t-shirt. Look at it. It's an M size. Fits me perfectly. I'm very happy with Dutchmaynia. And there was a table where you can buy these handmade baskets. They are metal, and you can make a small pin keep that would go in here, of course cross-stitched, and make it as a finish for your pin keeps. I think it's a brilliant idea. And the story behind these handmade things, they were made by people who suffered earthquake that happened in Turkey. Remember last year, I think it was a big terrible disaster in Turkey. So that's from that region, and it can't be done anymore because that region is destroyed. So I'm very happy I have it now, and I want to stitch something small and use it use it for like my cuttings for flosses, and then cover it with small pin keep, so you can take off pin keep, put your cuttings off inside and close with pin keep. Nice finish. Yeah, another project to do. So then there were project bags. The Young Frog and Forge and Yaltina Stitches from Stitch Caterers, they brought their project bags for sale, And oh my god, I was walking around the table which contained all the project bags. I probably made like 5 turns trying to decide, because all projects are so beautiful and I wanted them all, but you know, budget is limited. So I bought this cutie from Tina Stitches. Look at that! Look at it! Cute! Just, I like the size of it. It's small. Yeah, here's her information. Let's see if there's. So beautiful, so beautiful. I haven't decided what project I'm gonna put in it. Maybe we'll just admire the look of it just like this. Very beautiful, very well done, and yeah, thank you, Tina. And it was very nice to meet, as I already told. It was very nice to meet people in person, for people who seems that you know already for a long time, meeting them in person. Yeah, we had a great chat, laughed a lot, and yeah. What else? Then hold. So we went to this shop, Soyet Idei Atelier. You can see the name of it. Stitching Paradise candy shop. I don't know how to name it, but trying. So I try to contain myself, but still I spend a little bit of money. And I've got variegated floss for several projects that I'm missing for, or I am about to start. So I have a good stash now of flosses I need for several projects, which is really nice. So I can start more things. Then I've got that floss I showed you. So remember I showed you my wanted pattern that I bought in Frosty shop in Milan. Here it looks like, and I've got a floss for it. When I was in Milan in that Frosty shop, I got fabric. It is called Dark Spell. Look at that. So now I've got fabric, I've got pattern, and I've got floss. Guess what's gonna happen? We start off another cat. So as you can see, I stitch a lot of cats, and yeah, that was beautiful. It could be so beautiful. I've seen somebody commented when I showed this pattern first. Somebody commented that also want to start that, and let's not start alone. Let's start together. Let's call it a solve. And yeah, I'm planning to start it probably next month, October 1st, something like that. And I'm gonna use hashtag ZCatSal. Yeah, I know. So if you want to stitch this pattern or any other cat, you want to start a pattern with a cat, please join me and use the hashtag ZCatSal. So let's stitch together cats. Yeah. Oh, guys. Oh. Our hobby is just too much. Next, what I've got this nice like set of different kind cross stitch fabric. They're small pieces. Very nice to do some smalls, maybe some combination of small pillows or something like that. Very beautiful one. Yeah, and I like when sometimes you need you want to stitch a small project and you want to have a like variety to pick from. When you have big cuts of fabric, you want to keep them for bigger project. You don't want to cut like one little corner of it and stitch. But these sets I really like because it gives you freedom of choice and you don't waste like the whole big set for like small project. Beautiful. Then I've got this one. which was on sale. This is small pillow for your notions, and it's a kit. The reason why I bought it, because I've never stitched with silk, with this floss, and I want to try it because I've heard different opinions. Somebody loved them, somebody didn't. So before jumping into bigger project, because I've seen many big cool projects called for with this floss, and big project can be a little bit pricey because this floss is not cheap. So I decided to get a small kit and to try if I like this floss. It doesn't start coming. Okay. Okay. Speaking about stars, I got a piece of this fabric, Big Dye Works color Kudzu. So the count. I got fat 1/8 small piece, but I think on this piece gonna fit. I'm gonna insert a picture. So there is a free cross-stitch design for Halloween from a Ukrainian designer, and I'm gonna link their website down below where you can find it. And I was thinking to start that Halloween design on this fabric. I haven't counted yet if I will have enough fabric, because I was just too excited in a shop of shopping and not really thinking. But I was thinking about making this Halloween piece. Oh, another start coming. Okay, so that was my haul for Soy the Day atelier. Oh, thank you, Simone. That was great experience. We had a great time. This atelier, if you haven't visited the area, write her and make an appointment and just visit it, because it's such a beautiful place. Area she lives in, her house, garden. Oh my God, I wanted those videos. It's private house, so I will only insert videos of shop itself, but atmosphere there is so peaceful, so great. Yeah, thank you for that experience. It was much needed, not only for refilling my stash, which doesn't need refill, but also for just this peaceful experience on sitting in a beautiful garden next to a cross-stitch shop and just enjoying the peaceful life. It's not everywhere that peaceful. Yeah, okay. So also Jemima, the rocking stitcher, she was at the retreat, and she brought her this massive piece of animals, wild African animals stitching. Oh my God! Seeing this. I've seen this piece before on her Flosstube and it looks amazing, but when you see it in person, when she holds it up as a king-size blanket basically, it's stunning. It's so beautiful, like all the animals, the light, the nose of an elephant. It's such a cool piece. Oh my God, I wish my full coverage looked nearly the same progress, but it's not. The massive full coverage I have from the cross stitch studio, it's less than 2% done, and she's, I think, about 50% done on her piece. Wow, that, yeah. Is it all? Is it all? I'm probably forgetting something. There were so much happening, very difficult to organize and structure it anyway. But the biggest idea is that I had a great time, and I know everybody else had fantastic time as well. And going to cross stitch retreat any kind of them, I would highly recommend. It's a great way um, meeting like-minded people and doing our crafts all together. It's beautiful. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any question, clarifications, please leave them down below. Please join me on stitching cat if you stitch any cat. And I will see you in the next one. Bye, happy stitching!